Hello, welcome to a Euphoria character tier list. Subscribe and let's get into this. So, Euphoria, I love this show. It's one of my favorite shows right now. Seen it twice, almost thrice. I have some pretty interesting analysis, some interesting opinions about these characters. Let's get started. So we're gonna start with Kat. I think Kat for me is I think see here's the thing. She has an interesting, backstory. They really Rue really kind of gives us a good amount of information about her. We know what her character has been through, her struggles mentally with her weight issues and what she's going through throughout the show. We follow her a lot. So we know a lot about Kat. And if I'm to rate her purely based on her character, we're not rating anybody based off of acting. We're rating all of them based off of their character and how much I like them. Basically, it's my personal favorites, pretty much. I'm gonna have to say that Kat for me goes into the good category. I wouldn't really put her at fantastic because she's not like one of my favorites, but I mean she's up there. Like I don't not care about her, like this blasphemy would suggest. So I'd have to put her at good. She has some funny moments. Although there are a few moments in the show that I didn't like her. I didn't really like her when she like hated Ethan after seeing him at the carnival and he was talking to that other girl. It's like she kind of just immediately assumed, that men are trash, that all men are trash. But I mean, can't blame her either. I mean, it kind of looked bad. So, yeah. But she's not one of my favorites, but she's not bad. She's a good character. Next, we got Jules. Should I just go ahead and rate Jules right now, or should I save her? I think I should save her. I think I should save Jules. So we'll move on to Rue's sister. So Gia, I think Gia is a great character. I mean, we see her a lot, but she doesn't really do much for us to think otherwise. So honestly, I'm gonna have to say that Gia is. I think I'd put her at fantastic. I wouldn't put her at best of the best because I think best of the best is really like my favorites. I would put my faves. I would put my faves up there, but I still think she's a fantastic character because she's unproblematic and she's very likable. So I'm gonna have to put her there, and I think something's telling me she is gonna get a lot more of her own sort of spotlight in season 2. We're gonna get a lot more focus on her, and she may, take a turn for the worse. There may be some up and downs coming for your girl. All right, I think this is Cassie and Lexi's mom right here. I'm gonna put her at fantastic as well because I think she's really funny. I think she's really funny, and so her being one of the funniest characters on the show, I think, makes her pretty fantastic. I don't think there's anything. I mean, honestly, her character seems to be a drunkard, just a little bit. Okay, I'm sorry if that's offensive to the wine drinkers out there. So she's not really maybe the best mom, but I think she's trying. And when you consider what's happened with their dad and everything, and the fact that she seems like she is trying, she doesn't do anything inherently bad, so I think you got to put her up there in one of the best. If you were to ask me, is she one of the best characters? I'd say yeah, she's one of the best characters. I mean, she's pretty cool. Tyler. Man, do I feel bad. Tyler, in case y'all don't remember, he's the dude. He's the dude who was at the party. He was getting them cheeks with Maddie, and then boom, out of nowhere, his whole world just turns upside down. Honestly, he didn't do anything wrong. I mean, well, technically he did do something wrong. He was still with Maddie, she's underage, and even though he's not like grown, he's still like, I think he said he was like 22, 23, and she's like 17. So that is still weird. But I mean, I wouldn't put him in trash because he's not who Nate would have you to believe that who he is. But I wouldn't put him in don't care because it's not like I don't care about him. So I mean, I think I'd have to put him in good. I don't know, like, does he even really belong in good though? And by care about him, I don't mean like, oh, you pity him, but I mean like it's not like he's just a boring character. Like you gotta care about him. I'm gonna put him there, but only because I wouldn't put him at good and I wouldn't put him at trash. Mackay, for me, I think he's a good character. I'm gonna put him at good. I'm not gonna put him at fantastic just yet, but I will say that Mackay is one of my favorites. It's weird for me to say that he's one of my favorites, but for me to put him only right here. But I think that Mackay does have some issues. He does kind of treat Cassie wrong. Not even kind of, like, it was messed up. He's not a terrible character. by any means, and he was one of my favorites. And I think a lot of people would say he was one of their favorites towards the beginning of the show. So he has a lot, of room for me in terms of redemption. And he also kind of does get a little bit dark towards the end, especially with the frat when he's with Cassie, and then they, humiliate him, and he just aggressively uses her right after that. So there are some sketchy parts, some things going on with Mackay, but I wouldn't put him at trash or don't care. He's good. He's good. And now we're gonna do her. So I forgot her name. Let me see. What was her name? I know who she is. I just need to know her name. BB. That's her name, BB. She doesn't even have her own storyline or anything in season 1. Like, there's no focus on her whatsoever. She's just always in the scenes with, like, Maddie and Kat and the others. But she is pretty charismatic. She's always pretty funny whenever she's in the scenes. And, it's not like you could say anything bad about her. So I would have to say that she's a good character. And also usually because when she is in the scenes that she's, doing her thing, she is funny and she does make you laugh. Or at least make me laugh. So I'd have to put her in the good category. I mean, I think they will probably give her some focus in season 2, season dose, and I'd have to say that she'll blossom. She'll be lit. All right, and now we have this man's right here. And again, I know all of these people. I think his name is Trevor. I think this is the guy who Kat let bone her at the carnival, and he was an absolute simp. Alright, so upon further investigation, I realized that I was completely wrong on this one, and this dude is actually the guy who Kat was shopping from, who had that store, and then and then she gave him the sucky suck, and it only lasted like 3 seconds. So yeah, this isn't the guy from the carnival, but that guy basically he was just still take my rating for that guy from the video, okay? Because that guy was still a simp. But I don't care about him. I can't put him at trash because I mean he hasn't really done anything to me. I mean, ooh, he boned her knowing she's 17 though. Wait, no, she's 16. Whoa, whoa. Well, I better move him down before I get canceled. Never mind. So we're gonna do Fezco. Fezco, man, he's the best of the best, yo. I mean, he's Fezco. I have to put him at best of the best. He is one of my favorite characters, and I really hope season 2 doesn't result in Fez's death, bro. I'm praying for my man's Fezco because he is a good guy, even though he does sell all those drugs to all those kids. But I mean, when you consider the exposition that they give us, the fact that he dropped out of high school, we know that most drug dealers who are drug dealers are dealing for a reason. The man is dealing for a reason, so it's not like he's just doing it just to do it. I mean, Fez, he's doing it to survive. Even though he makes probably tons of cash, I don't think you could say that he's a bad person. I think he does have not the best. Like, okay, he doesn't have the best interest. It's Fez, bro. I gotta put him up there. I don't remember. Is it just one of them right here since they're twins? Because it's two of them. They just put one. So it's like here. They're the same person practically. It's Roy and Troy. I think whenever they're in a scene, they are kind of like they do steal the scene a little bit. They're charismatic. They're chill. But at the same time, they're kind of dicks. Like, that's the point. They're both dicks. They're cocky twins. So I mean, it's not like I don't care about them, and I don't think they're trash, but they are kind of unlikable sometimes. I will put them at good. But it's not like they're not one of my favorite characters at all. But I do think they, not just their personality or their likability, but the characters themselves are good characters. So I'm gonna put them at good. Next we have, I forgot this man's name. It's Daniel. Daniel is trash, bro. Daniel is trash. Lexi is the best of the best. She's one of my favorites. And there is a theory that she likes Rue, and I do think I believe it. Because when you see her at the prep rally, when you see her at the pep rally when they're doing that big pep rally scene, which is one of my favorite scenes in the whole series, you can see her looking right at Rue. You also hear her talking about Rue and Jules' relationship with Gia during the carnival scene, during the carnival episodes, and she seems a little bit interested and sort of jealous, so I do think she at least liked Rue at one point, if not, still does. Now we have my girl Cassie. She's one of my favorites. I'm gonna put her at best of the best. I mean, she's one of my favorites just because I think she's I don't know. I think she's a little bit mistreated, and I'm also I'm smitten by her character. I like her character, and I think she's cool. And she deserves better. I do think she deserves better. I do wish that her and Mackay stayed together though, because I kind of did ship them a little bit. You know, it was definitely right for her to get mad at Mackay, but I do wish that she had talked it out a little bit more with them. And she also did she practically cheated on the dude. So, I mean, but I think she is one of the best. So I'm gonna throw her up there.
Ashtray. Ashtray.
This is practically he comes hand in hand with Fez. I mean, there's not much. I mean, I'd say that he's best of the best, but it's not like he's one of my personal favorites. But he's one of my favorites, but not one of my like personal favorites. So I do think I'd have to put him at fantastic. Ethan, we have Ethan right here. I think he is fantastic. I wouldn't put him at best of the best just yet. He might become one of my favorite characters, but I do think he's in my group of favorites, but he's not like in the top like 3 or 4, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put him at fantastic because I really do like him, and I didn't like how he was a little bit mistreated by Kat after the whole misunderstanding, and even before that a little bit. She was kind of like doing him dirty a little bit before then, so I'd have to put him at fantastic. Ali, we have Ali. What bad can you really say about him? I mean, he's fantastic. He's not one of my favorites, but he is fantastic. So I'm gonna have to put him right here. I think he's gonna help Rue out a lot across the course of the show, and I think he's gonna play a large role in the beginning of season 2, especially maybe considering how season 1 ended. So I'm gonna have to put him right there. Now we have Rue and Gia's mom, Lisa, I believe her name is. I mean, Lisa, I wouldn't put her in my favorites or fantastic because I do think she has some issues with the way she parents just a little bit. You know, I think she was in some of those flashback scenes being a little too aggressive with Rue. Even though what she's got to suffer with her child, you know, being a drug addict, of course it's terrible, and I could never imagine because I'm not a mother. I'm not even a father. I'm not a parent. She's a fantastic one in terms of how she deals with some of the situations that escalate. She gets a little, she doesn't get physical, but I don't know, man. I don't know. She could be better herself, as Gia points out in one of the episodes. So I'm gonna have to put her at good. I'm gonna just put her at good. Now we have Maddie. Maddie is great. She is a victim, and I don't think that she deserves anything less than like fantastic. She isn't like one of my personal favorites though. So I mean, I think I would put her at fantastic pretty much. She is a scene stiller, that's for sure. Whenever she's in a scene, she steals it. All right, she's a bird. Somebody put her under arrest. Now let's go ahead and let's do Nate. Let's do Nate. Honestly, if you're asking me, Nate is one of the best in terms of charisma and in terms of how important he is to the show. He brings a lot. I mean, without Nate, there's not really a narrative anymore. You know, he makes the whole narrative. Him and his dad, which is, you know, it sucks because they are some of the worst characters. If they were real people, I wouldn't want to be friends with them. But in terms of characters, he's one of the best. But I'm still going to put him at trash. I mean, I'm not going to put him here. And he's not any of these because he's not a good person. But, you know, if this was about, like, how much he brings to the show and his acting and all that, I'd put him up here. But he's got to go at trash, you know, for the culture. Let's do Jules. I love Jules. But I don't like how she, you know, I don't like the whole one day I'm this way and then the other day I'm that day with Rue. And that's kind of Jules the whole show. And I don't like it. When they break your heart, bro, this is how it be. You know, it's like one day they want you, the other they don't. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. She's a real, she plays with the heartstrings, but she is a great character. She is a great person, you know? So I'm going to put her at fantastic, but I can't really put her here because she's not one of my favorites with how she treats Rue. If she would just be honest, and I understand, here's the thing, I do understand totally. It makes sense. It makes sense for Jules to be having this internal conflict when it comes to Rue, because it's like now she feels like she has to be that person that Rue relies on. And you know, if something happens to Rue, then it's on her. That's what she feels like, at least, even though it's not true. So I get it. I get the philosophy. I totally understand the logic, but I don't like the whole wishy-washiness with it, especially in that New York episode. Not only does she hook up with that one person, but it's like the friend that picked her up. It kind of like it's almost as if that you can tell that person liked her. So it's like she does it. Who knows how many people she's done it to? She's just a heartbreaker, bro. So, but Rue is best of the best. I mean, you got to put her up there. It's Zendaya. Her charisma is amazing. Her acting is amazing. Her humor is amazing. Her narration adds and brings so much. Without Rue, there is no narrative. We need Rue to tell the story. Um, so I got to put her up there, and that's gonna be my Euphoria tier list. I hope this wasn't too all over the place. I hope it was pretty simple. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to drop a like, subscribe. I'm going to be doing more tier list videos for other shows, so don't worry. Those will be coming. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.